The Coaches Show is sponsored by FitAid. Get yours at reception. Paleo friendly.
Otherwise known as
Dieting. Hey guys, episode 2 of the Coaches Show. Thank you for the feedback last week. Welcome our third coach, Caddy, onto the coach's couch this week as well. Cool guys, so we've got a bunch of stuff we want to go through today. The first thing is the new levels. So with the new levels, it seems like everything's been pretty good this week for you guys, just getting used to the changes that we've put in. I guess the thing we wanted to discuss today are the requirements for progressing from, for example, the active level up to athletic, or from athletic up to competitive. So later on today or tomorrow, I'll be posting those standards up. But I guess we just wanted to discuss, I guess, some issues that may potentially come up when we do that, some concerns you guys may have in terms of how it'll work. So first thing we were discussing today is if you've reached, for example, competitive level on one particular movement. Let's say, for example, you're weightlifting, but maybe you've got some gymnastic stuff that is still either in active or athletic. Does that mean you have to scale your weightlifting back to match where your gymnastics is at? And the answer to that is no. So we're not going to make you regress if you've already, achieved a level doing something. But it's more just used as a tool to show you guys where your weaknesses are, and then obviously you can set goals to improve your weaknesses. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I'll just jump in there. Luca, don't get bogged down in the real specifics of it, guys. So don't kind of go overboard with whether you're at this level and this level. Like the biggest drive behind it is to help you guys, give you some focus and hopefully some motivation to try and improve, which is what we're about anyway day to day here in the gym. So we want you to take notice of the levels. Definitely take notice of the requirements that we're looking for each level, because that gives you guys a guideline as to what you're working towards. But yeah, we're not super serious about you meeting every single requirement to the nth degree. So yeah, don't get bogged down in it, but really enjoy the process of trying to improve constantly and trying to better yourself to move up to those next levels wherever you can. That's the main aim.
I think it's a really good opportunity to use it for goal setting. So I know for me, like a lot of the strength stuff, I know will come with time, but the gymnastic stuff is my bugbear. So it's really a good way for me to look at it and think, okay, how do I work towards getting those goals and getting those movements, and making my fitness more an all-rounder thing rather than specific to one thing. So yeah, have fun with it, guys. Don't stress over it. That's what we're about, fun.
Cool guys, and probably the last thing on that is when you're writing your scores up on the leaderboard for the day. So let's say, for example, we do a workout and there's 3 movements in it. Let's say you're able to do competitive for 2 of the movements, and one of the movements you have to do at the athletic level. How do you write that on the leaderboard? So you have to write the lowest level that you've achieved based on the movements. All right, so even though you did 2 movements that were competitive, we're not going to qualify that as competitive because you still had 1 movement that wasn't competitive. So just for simplicity's sake, guys, when you're writing your score up, we don't really want to see anymore, I did this workout and it was competitive, athletic and active. All right, it's just got to be 1, and that 1 thing will be based on the weakest movement. All right, and the reason we do that is because we want you to work on that weakness. If you're going to do the competitive level in the truest sense, then you need to do all the movements in the standards for that level. Anything else on that, guys?
No, pretty straightforward, guys. At the end of the day, it's just about you guys. Scoreboard is a fantastic tool for gauging yourself against other people. The day that you start to compete against someone more so than you're just trying to advance yourself is the day you'll start to run into trouble. So it's about you against you, but definitely the motivation for the scoreboard is fantastic, and it's kind of the base on what CrossFit was built on, is measurable, repeatable testing of stuff. So yeah, so at the end of the day, it's just you against you. So just be honest with what you get, take it on board, accept it, and good to go.
Cool guys, next topic we're going to talk about is music at the gym. So this is another thing that came up in the surveys, and believe me, we understand your frustration. You know, just take Kat and I for example. Whenever we work out together, that's always a challenge, but we work through it.
So Luke's just decided it's country music.
That's right.
Every day,
Every day.
7 days a week.
All day.
Unless.
So what we're going to do, guys, is I guess a solution, and obviously this will be an ongoing process of figuring out what works best. We're going to encourage you guys to create your own playlists. All right, so we're going to get you to go into Spotify, and we'll have a playlist. All right, so it'll be a CrossFit Online playlist, and you guys can add your favourite songs to it. All right, so if you like a particular song, get it on there. We can put that mix on. Obviously, not every single song is going to be your favourite, but we know at some point that everyone's going to get a song that they like. So that's strategy number 1. Strategy number 2 that I think you were talking
Otherwise,
about.
guys, if you've got a playlist on your phone, so you've got iTunes or whatever on your phone, and you've got a playlist that you like, it goes for at least an hour, you know, and it's not too offensive, hopefully. By all means, come in if you're the first one and you're one of the people who is concerned about what music you're listening to. Then grab your coach. If you're the first one in and you can say, "Can I put my music on?" Yes, you can. You can't do it every single session you're in. Like, you got to give someone else a turn. All right, but by all means, you can do that. All right, and then you guys can take the hate for the bad music.
Yeah. Strategy 3 is it's just what we pick and don't complain, but that's the last resort, I guess.
But also understand, guys, so the music we pick on Spotify is just playlists. So we just play. There's good songs, there's bad songs. It's it is what it is. It's better than silence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, guys. But obviously, feedback on that's good. If you've got any more questions or good ideas, let us know, and we'll see what we can do. Cool. So that's the music. Bit of housekeeping. We're in 2 weeks' time, so we'll get the exact date to you. It's not the next Saturday, but the one after, which I think's 20-something of September. Should have the diary on me, but 24th of September. We're going to have a Bring a Friends Day on the Saturday, so for the Saturday morning workout. So basically what we really want you guys to do, I'm sure everyone knows at least one friend or family member that could benefit from actually coming and doing what you guys do with CrossFit. Alright, so someone who knows they need to exercise more, they need to make a change or some improvement in their health and fitness, but they're one of these people that's kind of like, oh, I'd like to do it, but either I don't think I'm fit enough or I'm intimidated by that environment. So it's an opportunity for you to bring them in just for a day. Let them do a CrossFit workout, let them experience the community, which you guys know is awesome. Obviously the workout that day will be tailored towards people who have never done CrossFit before, alright? So you'll get to bring your friends in, you can do a fun workout together. The other thing we're offering, and it's for that day only, so normally when someone starts with us, we have our Essential Movements program that people need to complete before they actually start the normal classes. For that day only, if they come in and decide to do the 7-day trial, we will give them the Essential Movements program for free. Okay, but they have to come in on that day as a friend that's been invited along by one of you guys. So you've got 2 weeks to start putting the word out. Find that friend or family member that you know needs to get into the gym and start doing some stuff. We'll put some formal details up on the Facebook site really soon, but yeah, as I said, guys, I'm just giving you guys a couple of weeks notice so you can start getting people lined up and we can make that a really awesome community-based day. We'll probably, do the workout and have like a barbecue or something afterwards so we can all hang out, and obviously you guys can show your CrossFit community off to some people we want to bring in. Cool. We're also going to do a technique WOD today, guys. So at the end of this video, Blair's done a section on double unders, and this is something that we're going to do every week. So what we'd like from you guys is some directive on what are some movements or technique stuff that you're really struggling with, let us know, and then we'll know for the following week what particular movement we need to work on. So double unders this week, but have a think over the next 7 days, what movement do you need help on, and then we'll put together a technique WOD and answer any questions you guys have on particular movements.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how silly it is, guys. If it's just something like, it could be something really small, still really simple. You know, we can just run through some stuff for everyone. Chances are, if you've got a question on something, there's 10, 20 other people who've got the same question.
Yeah.
It doesn't get answered every now, you know, during class, or it's just something you forget to ask or you think about. Yeah, it's, you know, we can just address it nice and quick.
Cool, guys, and as we said last week, any questions that you guys want answered, if you send them through to info@crossfitonline.com.au. So this week, I got a question from Kaylee, just wanting to know about some nutrition stuff, and specifically what is known as carb cycling. So, without getting too sciencey, carb cycling is a technique that can be used to assist with either fat loss or with muscle gain. All right, so there's a lot of different variations and versions of this. One of the terms that gets used a lot these days is carb backloading. Pretty much all mean the same thing. Essentially what we're looking at is, with any kind of carb cycling, is timing our intake of carbohydrates to a particular time of the day. Usually after your workout, when your muscles are more sensitive to uptake glycogen, which is basically going to allow you to refuel your muscles but not store that excess carbohydrate as fat. But as I said, it's kind of hard. There's not one particular way of carb cycling. You can do it ketogenically. You can do it with more of a moderate to high carbohydrate intake. You'll hear about things called refeed days, backloading, as I said, those kind of things. But they are techniques that I do use with clients, and they work really effectively a lot of the time. The thing is that different forms of carb cycling will work differently for different people. So yeah, hope that answers your question, Kaylee. I hope it wasn't too sciencey or technical, but yeah, I guess the basis of it is that your carbs and your fat, in most cases, stay pretty similar throughout the day. It's your amount and the time of the day that you take carbohydrates in that will actually have an effect on things like body composition and also energy and performance if you're doing it for performance-based reasons. And then the other question I had is Mel from Wellington. Mel from Wellington would like to know, what's the maximum number of fit aids you can drink in a day safely? So we've done some extensive testing on this, Malcolm, and the answer is 15, all right? So 15 fit aids a day, you're quite safe to have that many. $5 from the counter. This show is sponsored by FitAid. Thanks for your questions. Hope that answers yours, Mel. Enjoy your FitAid. And we'll be here same time next week. Love you guys. See you soon.
Thanks, guys. See ya. Hey guys, welcome to the Technique WOD. So we're going to look at a technique or a movement every week as part of the coaches show. Just going to look at double unders today. So it's actually appropriate, it's in our skill work for today. Going to keep this pretty short and simple. One of the biggest things to get your double unders is we want to have the movement from a single skip to the double. The actual movement, your mechanics want to stay the same. Alright, so in terms of our singles, we want to think about just a nice, steady jump. Alright, so elbows are going to stay in close, wrist should be slightly in front of the hands or just out to the side. Alright, and we're moving from the wrist. Alright, so once we've got that nice and stable and efficient, to add the double, we're just going to jump a little bit higher. So I'm going to jump a little bit higher, and my wrists are going to spin a little bit faster to get the double around, right? So a couple of things we see when we start to transition from one to the other is that our jump changes. So we might be jumping here, and then I try and jump fast and try and spin fast, right? We want to keep that jump nice and even, and then we add the spin, right? The other thing we'll see is the jump. So rather than keeping a nice even jump up and down off the balls of your feet, is we'll start to see the feet come up, right? Does two things, makes the rebound slower and adds a lot of load through your body, as well as increasing fatigue, right, because we're not efficient. So we basically want to see a rope that doesn't tangle. We want to see nice even bounce off the balls of your feet, elbows in, and just fast spin of the wrist. Should be able to drop back to singles, up to doubles, back to singles if I need without anything changing. Alright, good luck guys. The only thing with double unders is practice, practice, practice. Get some tips here and there, work on what you get told, and just keep with it. If you're going to practice it at home or something, keep your sessions fairly short. Alright, as soon as you get frustrated, it's all over. So just go, be relaxed about it, but just keep trying again and again. You guys will have them in no time.